Thank you. Oh, we love that voice. And there we are. And we are starting to stream. Just wave hello, wave hello, wave hello. I don't want to start the music yet. We're streaming on YouTube. It's usually last. I don't, all right, we're always streaming. Here we go. Gotta dance with me. Ooh, look at him dance. Come on, let's get those rhythms going here. Happy birthday. It's somebody's. We know somebody who's having a birthday today. Shine. Smile. So much style. Look at us. Is this style or what? Okay. I'm going to tell the Suno Orchestra, gentlemen and ladies in the Suno Orchestra, you can take a break now. Welcome, 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 HB2U. I'm Bonnie D, and I have a very special guest, somebody I met in a completely other part of my world. And I said, so much personality, and I know he's a good dancer, and he's got a great sense of humor, and I invited him, and here he is. Hersan, welcome. Would you please tell everybody a little bit about who you are, what you do, and then we'll get started. Go.
Thank you very much for the invite. I'm really happy to be here with you. I knew that we were going to do something like this after we met during that activity we did together. My name is Gerson, and my trade was an engineer initially with some a master's degree classes in economics, and then land into the SAP world. For those who knows SAP, implementation, business processes, and things like that. So this is me. Enjoying with my dear friend Bonnie.
You're sweet. I am the moderator for Rhinework Publishing SAP Press courses, and I had the honor of moderating a 5-week course, 1 day a week for Hersan, and he was just absolutely, you stood out from, I've moderated many courses for them, Hersan, and you stood out with your charm. You just brought such a relaxation, and the sense was that I was the moderator, but that the students were in a classroom or maybe in a living room with you, and you were sharing your knowledge in a very relaxed but efficient way. You covered 25 hours of material,
Remember that?
5 times 5 hours a week. It was quite a challenge. Did you enjoy the experience?
Oh, absolutely, I did. So it was like doing some storytelling to my colleagues in the other side.
That's the difference. That's the difference. You create it like storytelling rather than I've got a lesson to tell you. We're going to cover 15. Yeah, anyway, I love all the instructors I work with, but you're my favorite. Okay, let's get started here. So, I'm going to introduce us. I've got a little rhyme to do and then we'll get started. So, it's time to cheer, to toast, to woo. It's December 17th. What already? Happy birthday to you. We'll name somebody in a second here with Bonnie D on her scarlet mic dishing glam and sass with a vintage spike. And look who's here with a velvet roar. It's Hersan Hurtado, Hurtado. My guest host, co-host du jour. We're naming names in the birthday game. He's going to have a name for us in a second. From Hollywood Heights to YouTube fame, plus wacky holidays and music history gold. Get ready, darlings. The fun is set to unfold. Here we go. December 17th is the 351st day of the year in the Gregorian calendar. It's marked very clear, Hersan. 14 days till the New Year's Eve and the New York Eve ball makes its fall. Then 2025's over. Ooh, 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 ooh. And happy 2026 to all. So grab your party hat and let the champagne pour. It's 2 in the afternoon here. We could have some champagne. I'll send you some. HB2U is lighting up December 17th with glam, bam, and more. Okay, whose birthday is it today? You have somebody near and dear to you. Tell us.
Yes, this lady is her 90th birthday today. And a lot of years ago, I'm not going to tell how many, she gave life to this guy talking to you. So my mom's is birthday today, 90 years old, Selena.
Let's get some applause here. Selena.
Love you, Mom.
And how do you say that in Spanish? How do you say happy birthday?
Cumpleaños feliz.
Cumpleaños feliz,
Exactly.
Selena. Lovely, lovely, lovely. Thank you for loaning me your son, however old we don't know he is. Okay, let's get started with the rest of the party. Selena, I hope you enjoy this. 1960, the Beatles appeared at the Casbah Coffee Club. That sounds so interesting. In Liverpool, Chas Newby joined on bass guitar. He replaced one of the the bass player named Stuart Sutcliffe, who had stayed in Hamburg. The Beatles went to Germany, but Stuart decided to stay. He was with the Beatles, her son, for just 2 weeks and four performances while he was a college kid. And he
How
went
about
back to
that?
school. And you know what happened? They needed a bass player. And who stepped up and grabbed that bass guitar? Paul McCartney. And there you go.
Oh,
There you go. Filling the
and,
gap.
exactly. And you know what happened in 62?
What?
Well, this Bob Dylan arrived in England for the first time. He was invited by TV director Philip Seville, who saw Dylan performs in New York and asked him to take part in a BBC TV drama, Madhouse, on Castle Street.
Interesting. It pays to be seen in the right places by the right people. The following year, December 17th, in 1963, this is interesting. There was a DJ on WWDC radio in Washington, D.C. His name was James Carroll, Carroll. He became the first DJ to broadcast a Beatles single on American radio. And the song was, I want to hold your hand. I want to hold your, I'm killing a hand. I'm murdering it. According to the New York Times, listen to this. When he played the song, the tremendous response helped persuade Capitol Records to release the disc in the US earlier than it had planned. So the Beatles, 63 there. Well, you were just what? You were barely out of diapers by then, right?
Probably walking already,
Yeah,
probably.
well,
Who knows?
maybe crawling. I don't know. Okay. So what happened? You've got the next one.
Well, in 67, the Beatles, John Lennon and George Harrison, threw a party in London for the early secretaries of their official fan club. The film Magical Mystery Tour is screened here for the first time.
Oh my goodness. Beatles were the rage. My grandma, one of my grandmas used to call up and she'd say, turn on CBS, girls. The Ed Sullivan, she used to call him Ed Solomon, the Ed Solomon show. And she'd say, these boys are singing and they have long hair. I think it's wigs. My grandma was convinced. Grandma, one of my grandma Roses, they're both Grandma Rose. 1970, we're moving ahead a little bit. The Beach Boys. Wow, well, they were already on their way. So we got the Beatles coming over to the US, and then we got the Beach Boys. We're loaning them over to the UK. They played a Royal Command performance for Princess Margaret at London's Royal Albert Hall. So that's what we called a cultural exchange, right? We were
It
sending
is. It is.
music back and forth. Go ahead.
How about 71? David Bowie released his fourth studio album, Honky Dory. Now, in contrast to the harder guitar-driven sound of previous albums, this feature more pop-forward, piano-driven melodies in the hits Changes and Life on Mars. The album also featured a new backing band with guitarist Mick Ronson, bassist Trevor Boulders, and drummer Mick Woodmansey, soon to be known as the Spider from Mars.
I don't want any spiders. I don't care what planet they're from. Thank you very much. Good for David Bowie. My goodness gracious. 1989. We're jumping ahead a whole, what, 18 years? Impossible. The Simpsons debuted on Fox with the episode Simpsons Roasting on an Open Fire. I'm trying to sing it and it didn't come out too good. The show attracted big name guests in season 3 of The Simpsons. Who was there? I said The Simpsons. Who was there? Michael Jackson appeared, Sting appeared, Aerosmith appeared, and everybody all of a sudden wanted to get on the Simpsons bandwagon.
I
Yeah.
see. And you know, in
Yeah.
94, a remix version of the fourth season, December 1963. Oh, what a night! Re-entering the US Hot 100, where it stayed for another 27 weeks,
What?
just as it did when it was first charted in 1976. So the combined run will establish a record for the longest total chart appearance in the US chart history.
Do you remember the song?
Ooh, do you?
I do a little bit. Oh, what a night. Late December back in 63.
It's
Da
true.
da 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 da. I'm going to stop there before I get in trouble. We're going to move ahead so many years into 2005. What a decade? You too. Me and You Too had the top grossing tour of 2005, according to Billboard. More than listen to this. I got a whole bunch of numbers. Your numbers guy, you'll appreciate this. More than 3 million people watched the tour, the Vertigo tour. Oh, I don't want Vertigo. 90 dates. Okay. It grossed $260 million. Now, Herson, if we put that in current dollars, it's going to be a hell of a lot more than that because we know that Taylor Swift's grossing $1 billion on hers. The Eagles, here we're going to do a contrast. Okay, this is our spreadsheet. The Eagles that year only had what? 117 million from 77 shows. Well, by today's standards, that's not much. Neil Diamond had only 71 million. Kenny Chesney pulled into fourth with 63 million. Very sad to say Paul McCartney only took in 60 million. Rod Stewart 49 million. Elton John 45 and a half. Dave Matthews Band 45. It's flattening out here. Jimmy Buffett 41 and Green Day 36.5 million. If you add all that up, it's a hell of a lot of money. But the winners were the top grossing tour of 2005 was U2 with all of that $260 million. Can you imagine making that much money?
Exactly. It was so nice interesting question.
Yeah, I know. You've got another one for us. Who's next?
Well, Sir Paul McCartney performed an intimate lunchtime gig at the 100 Club on London's Oxford Street, the history music venue that was threatened with closure. With 300 fans were treated to a set lasting almost 2 hours in McCartney's smallest gig in the UK for nearly 10 years. A campaign to keep the 100 Club open has attracted support from Primal Scream, Bobby Gillespie, and Sir Mick Jagger. You know
We
him?
know who Mick Jagger. Yeah, I've heard of him. So Sir Paul went and he said, "We can't let you close the club." What? I have a trombone. I'm not going to play the special effect, but it goes wah 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 wah. I don't know if the 100 Club is still open, but that was 15 years ago today. Intimate for 300 people? I'd like to have an intimate group with 300 people. No way. Okay, it's 2012 now. Billboard named Adele top artist of 2012 while naming her record-breaking LP 21 album of the year. It has wonderful hits, Rolling in the Deep. We all know that one. And Someone Like You. I cry when I hear her songs.
One like
21 topped the charts. Oh, in more than 30 countries, became the best-selling album of the year all over the world for 2 years, 2011 and 2012. Go, Adele. Many people credited her monumental album with helping to revitalize the global music industry. And I think the next one to come along and do that would be Taylor Swift, right?
Well, I guess so. Now, last year, 2024, the number one song on the Billboard Hot 100 chart dated December 17th, just a year
Yep.
ago, was All I Want for Christmas Is You by Mariah Carey. Historic seventh top of the chart hit for her holiday classic.
Yep.
The next four songs that chart week were Rockin' Around the Christmas Tree by Brenda Lee, Last Christmas by Wham, TV Off by Kendrick Lamar featuring Lefty Complay,
What?
and Jingle Bell Rock by Bobby Holmes.
Do you know any of those songs, her song?
Well, I have heard, of course, yeah.
Yeah,
How about
rocking
you?
around the Christmas tree. Do you know that Brenda Lee had a hit with that, but it didn't reach number one until about a year or two ago now, when
Uh-huh.
she was 78 years old, and it was like 60 years after the song debuted. And it was
Wow.
in a video, and all of a sudden we said, "Oh, that's such a wonderful song. Let's go buy it." And that was it. And Wham is like Last Christmas. That sounds like a Mariah Carey song, actually. I'm not sure. All I want for Christmas is you. What a beautiful song. And Bobby Helms, Jingle Bell, Jingle Bell, Jingle Bell Rock. Do you remember that one?
Of course.
Of course, yes, yes, you're humoring me. Let's go to celebrity birthdays. Today is the birthday of Eugene Levy. Some people might say Levy. He is 79 years old, actor, comedian. I'll tell you a little bit about him. He's best known for iconic roles in American Pie, Best in Show, and the Emmy sweeping TV series. I hate to say it, but it's not a bad word. It's a name of somebody, Schitt's Creek. we'll leave that one alone. He was born and raised in Canada, studied sociology in university. He discovered improv and comedy. So the idea is you go to university, you study sociology, and you say, oh, in the next class they're teaching improv. I think I'll go over there. Before Hollywood and Holiday, he honed his comedy in Toronto, Canada's comedy scene, and became a founding member of the sketch show SCTV. His late career global fame on the Creek Show I just mentioned, I'm not saying it again, was one example of the most satisfying slow burn success stories in television because it took him so damn long to get named. But he got there, right? That's the most important.
He did. A
Yeah.
lot of things, a little thing happening, and we are just getting to be aware of that. So, Sarah Paulson,
Mm-hmm.
51, she's a baby,
Yeah.
stage, screen, and television actress. Uh, Sarah Paulson's breakthrough film role was her portrayal of Marcia Clark in the People versus O.J. Simpson in 2016,
Yep.
earning Emmy, Golden Glove, and SAG Award.
Mm.
Her work in American Horror History starting 2011 and playing Nicole Wallace in Game Change in 2012 showcased her versatile talent to a wider audience. Pre-fame, she was raised primarily in New York City, in your state of mind, city where
Yes.
she attended the High School for the Performing Arts and later Juilliard, Juilliard for
Yeah,
acting training.
Juilliard. Yes. Famous. Yeah.
She worked in theater and small TV roles.
And she's very, very popular actress. She's everywhere now. Sarah Paulson, happy birthday. And we've got a gentleman named Bill Pullman, and he's 72. Not quite as old as Eugene Levy, but he still gets a birthday. Stage, screen, and TV actor. He's best known for his film roles in Independence Day, While You Were Sleeping, Spaceballs, and the TV series The Sinner. I don't know if I saw that. Before fame, this is interesting here, son. He
Uh-huh.
was raised as the youngest of 7 children. He earned a master's degree in theater. He worked as a college drama professor while performing on stage. Interesting. His film career took off in his 30s, so it didn't take him quite as long as it took Eugene Levy. Go ahead, you've got the next one.
So he was the little one at home, right?
Yep.
Okay. So then we got Mila Jovovich, age 50, is an actress, film star, model, and singer. Is known for acting in the Resident Evil film franchise, The Fifth Element, and Joan of the Ark. Pre-fame, she was born in Kyiv, then part of the Soviet Union, and raised between Russia and the United States after her family emigrated. As a teenager, she worked as a fashion model to support her family, becoming one possible face of the 90s.
We're
She
losing you a
released
little bit. We're losing
inspired
you.
music and appeared in indie film.
Okay,
No,
you're back.
no, don't say that.
No, we're having a little trouble with your
back. So she
connection.
released a folk.
Okay, we're having a little trouble with your connection. It was hard to hear you, but
Okay,
we got most of it.
okay.
It's fine.
So
You're okay now. And one more birthday, we have Ernie Hudson. He's 80. He's the grandpa of all of these birthday people. I am a big fan of his. He's best known as Winston Zeddemore in the Ghostbusters. That's a film franchise. He also played roles in Oz. We know that's the Wizard movies, The Crow, and many TV series. He's currently starring in NBC's Quantum Leap, which is a reboot and a sequel of the old one. He plays Herbert Magic Williams, a former Special Forces operator who now leads a time travel project. Sounds mysterious, not my kind of thing. And I know him now as a minister on CBS's new runaway hit, the detective drama series Boston Blue, which is a spin-off of one of my favorites, Blue Bloods. Yes, that was the one Tom Selleck was in. Well, now one of his sons, played by Donnie Wahlberg. Yes, Danny has moved to Boston because his son, who's played by a different actor than he was on Blue Bloods, is in Boston. And he said, I've got to go be near where my new son is. My son is a new cop, and I have to make sure he's okay. I'm just telling you the backstory. Ernie Hudson served in the U.S. Marine Corps, and he later studied at Wayne State University and Yale Drama School. So happy birthday. And happy birthday to your mama. I'm so honored that you're here on her birthday. Let's do some social media stars. And I had to do a lot of research. Are you a big fan of social media, Hersan?
Well, I use that, especially
Hersan,
LinkedIn.
do you
Can you hear me? Say
do
yes.
you watch Yes, I can. Do you go on TikTok at all or Instagram?
Yeah, so, yeah, sometimes TikTok, not much Instagram, but I do that, and I also go to the LinkedIn, which is the professional social
Right.
media, kind of.
LinkedIn is where, but people are doing these wacky videos on the other ones on
I
YouTube and
know.
Insta. So let's do a couple of stars. We
Let's
have
see.
a young lady named Loaded J. She's 25. She has 37 million views. That's 37 million views. That's as many views as one of our stars had in income from their tours. She posts challenges, pranks, and lifestyle videos. Oh, it's a man. I'm sorry. It's he. He, Loaded J, sorry, could have been anybody. His lighthearted videos focus on his relationship with his friends. Happy birthday, Monsieur Loaded J. And you've got the next one who's also a man. Go ahead.
Sensats 31 for 460,000 subscribers and 85 million plus views.
What?
What? Fourth degree black belt, like, no, I'm not a black belt. It posts martial art content and talks about the type of martial arts, training tournaments. His most popular video titles, All Man Prank Professional Kickboxing Gym and Ranking Martial Art Style, Fighting Style tier list with Sensei Seth.
Happy
About that.
birthday, Seth. And then we're going to move over to Instagram. We have a young lady who's 31 today. She's only got 1.8 million followers, but I'm noticing that I can't find too many people with more than a million followers on Instagram anymore. And I don't know whether that has to do with the personality of the site. But her name is Yineth, Yineth Medina. And she is a megabolic athlete. I had to look that up, Herson. That means she
Yeah.
uses high calorie protein and mass gainer supplements. I guess she's bulking up those muscles. She posts fitness related content. She models in her gym clothes. I'm sure that's exciting. And she demonstrates workout routines. And she was born in Bogota, Colombia. There you
Oh,
go.
yeah, I see.
Happy birthday,
Now,
Yeneth. Yep.
yeah. And then for TikTok, Fernanda Duran, she's 29 years old, 14 million plus fans, plus 3 million plus Instagram, followers, a dancer and content creator who posts dance trends and challenges, comedy skits and lip sync videos. In May 2022, one of her dance lip sync TikTok videos got 1 million plus views in less than a day. I wonder how
Oh,
that.
I don't know. I can't even imagine. I'm happy if I get 500 impressions on one show on LinkedIn, and I think it's that to me is viral. A million, 25 million, 3 million. I couldn't even imagine. We're done with the birthdays, and now we have one wacky holiday that a lot of people probably haven't heard of, but it's a very sweet holiday here, so and that's why I
Yeah,
picked it because you're such a sweet gentleman. So there you go. I hope your mom
there
agrees with
you
that.
go.
So we're going to go all the way back to before the 1600s, and we're looking at indigenous people in northeastern North America, including the Haudenosaunee. That's a tribe. They first discovered maple sap, and they developed methods to collect it and boil it and turn it into syrup and sugar. They used it mostly as a sweetener. I wonder what foods they were sweetening back then. Maybe sweet corn? I don't know what they were eating in the 1600s, but we'll do the research later. You've got the next date in the
No, I'm
1600s.
surprised. Yeah, I'm
Yeah.
surprised to see that SAP is from the 1600. It was from 1972.
Go ahead.
In the 1600s, French and English settlers learned maple tapping techniques from indigenous communities. Maple sugar became especially valuable when imported sugar was expensive or scarce.
Very often I read that sugar and certain kinds of baked goods and butter were only really for the wealthy or the elite or the religious status people. They were the only ones who could afford or be afforded the privilege of having those kinds of things. So maple sugar, interesting. In the 1700s to 1800s, maple syrup production spread across what is now we know as Canada and the Northeast US. It became a seasonal ritual tied to late winter and early spring, and we're going to find out why in a minute. You've got the next one.
In the late 1800s, metal spiles, bucket and improved boiling method makes syrup production more efficient. Maple syrups begin appearing in cookbooks beyond rural communities. Spile is a small wooden peg or spigot to draw liquid into a cask. cask.
That's a little thing they stick in the side of the tree, and it's got a little lever there or a little
Yeah,
handle.
I see. I
You've
see.
seen them. You've seen them,
Yeah,
and they
yeah,
turn it, and it pours out of the little opening there. In the mid
yeah.
1900s, we're barreling through, coming up another century. Maple syrup became mainstream. Yay! Pure maple syrup remains prized for its flavor, its authenticity, versus there's a lot of, we call them ersatz or just
Uh-huh.
fake. Fake
Ah,
imitation syrups are on the market, and yeah, they just don't cut it, do they? Nope.
yeah, yeah. In the 2000 to the present, maple syrup is used worldwide in recipes beyond pancakes, for glaze and marinades, cocktail, dessert, and baking. Today, Canada produces about 70% of the world maple syrup, with Quebec leading production. Now, the global market is valued in the hundreds of millions of sweet dollars annually.
Sweet dollars. I like that. Do you use maple syrup on things that you cook, her
You know,
son?
believe it or not, I stay away from sugar. I
Do
never think about
you?
that.
Do
Yeah.
you? Well, I once in a while I allow myself a pancake or a waffle, and there's nothing like maple syrup. A little piece of bacon on top. Never mind. I'm going to tell everybody in case you all want to go out and find yourselves a maple tree. I know her son wants to know. I mean, he's just sitting here saying, Bonnie D, please tell me now, how do you tap a maple tree? Okay, nobody say anything nasty about that. Producers drill a small hole into a sugar maple tree. Then they insert the spile, which her son explained to us is a little spigot that goes in, this little wooden thing with a spigot. They collect the sap during freeze thaw cycles. This is very important, Hassan. Maple syrup will flow from the tap hole anytime the temperature goes below 32 and then warms up above
Oh,
freezing. So that's the
mhm.
freeze thaw cycle, right around 32,
Okay.
which is the temperature we
Yep.
hope it will be here tonight in Tennessee. The
Woo.
sap is boiled down, and here's where we know why it's so expensive, and it is a treat. 40 gallons of sap produce 1 gallon of maple syrup. And on that note, we're going to go out. Let me see if I can get this to go. Here we go. Dance with me. Hassan, thank you. That was fun.
Thank you for thank you.
A pleasure. Happy birthday to Selena. Hope you're having a beautiful day.
Thank you.
Tell her she's famous now. Happy birthday. Selena, it's your day. Very special. Your son says you're special. I believe it. Ba, 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 da, ba, ba, da, 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 da. Thank you for playing with me, her son. I hope to see you soon. Happy holidays, happy good wishes, and I hope to see you again
Thank you.
in the